3, 2, 1.
Here we go! Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the HerdU podcast. I'm Tessa.
I'm Adam.
And we are excited you are here.
We're back.
Adam, I've missed the pod room.
Yes.
I don't know. I love it. And I don't know if you guys can tell, we got new lights. So we're pretty pumped about that.
It's a lot brighter. I mean, in the room, I
So
don't know if
bright.
on camera, but in the room, it's so bright. Like it bounces off all four
Yeah.
light walls.
Yeah. And then, I mean, y'all probably don't know this, but we had extra lights that would like light the back part up, and we don't even need those because these are so bright.
Yep.
So
It's good stuff.
it is good stuff. How's your week going?
It's going good. It's a little bit slower this week than normal, but
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Just
I don't
kind
know.
of
I feel like
weird.
we've had a lot of meetings
Yes.
this week. I'm over the meetings. I don't want to meet with anybody else again. I'm just kidding. We'll have to meet with more people, but we'll be fine.
Also, I kind of like the in-face meetings now that we're having more of them instead
Yes.
of. Remember when we were in the Zoom world?
Dude,
Like
all the time.
I still have a few, like with the website company and a couple other people that I have to like check in with different products that we have.
Right.
Anyways, but I do like the face-to-face
Yeah,
stuff.
people are coming back out.
Right?
It's nice.
It's
Budgets
crazy
are
that we're-
opening up.
That it's, 2-3 years post-COVID and we're still having Zoom meetings.
Yes.
But,
That's what Tatum said that to me the other day. She's like, it's literally 2024. Why are you still Zooming?
Yeah.
And I'm like, because companies saved a lot of money with that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what the premium Zoom is. I think it's like $3,000 for a year or
Yeah.
something like that. So you pay that versus people traveling and all the expenses. It's a no-brainer for especially like the smaller companies. So
saves
anyway,
them a
yeah.
little buck.
For sure. Okay, listen, we're going to talk about my day today because it's been a doozy.
Let's talk.
Okay. So yesterday I lost my debit card. Okay. But shout out to First National Bank because they are amazing. Does your bank do this? I don't know where you bank. This is not a question we've ever brought up.
No.
But on the app, you can turn your card off
Yes.
immediately. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I didn't
so
know if all of them did that or
I
not.
think it's pretty common
Pretty
now,
standard?
but yeah.
Okay.
all of them.
So I had to go to the Walmarts, which I hate going to Walmart. And I think that was like my second trip that time because I was out of garlic salt. And I had to have that to make my salsa.
Oh, you need garlic salt.
Anyways, so I have this wallet. It's called an Ander wallet. Some people might know what it is, but your cards go inside and then there's a tab pull that you pull it up and your cards come out. Okay.
Whoa.
So, but I clip it to my keychain a lot. So I go to Walmart and I go to pay and my tummy falls because I can't find my debit card. And so I was like, oh no, because we leave for a trip. Well, it's technically today, but anyway. So I was like, well, that's not good. So I go ahead and I pay for it and I walk all of Walmart, right? So I don't see it anywhere. And I go to the front desk. I'm like, hey, has anyone turned in a gift card, a debit card? And the lady starts laughing. She pulls out a stack of debit. I'm like, where are these people?
Yeah.
Like, do they not need their money? Like, I'm kidding you, like not kidding you, like this thick.
Wow.
And she's all going through it like real fast. And I was like, well, it's in a white case. And she's like, oh no, we don't have one of those. So I was like, oh gosh. So I look on the ground, can't find it anywhere. I clean my car out because we're going on a trip, can't find it. This morning, guess what I find?
Your card.
In my purse. It fell out in my
Nice.
purse. And I was like, that's awesome. So anyway, but they had already made me a different debit card. And so I had to go to the bank and the lady is like, very sweet, Miss Enriquez. She's like, well, where did you find it? And I was like, well, apparently it was in my possession the whole time. So they let me keep my card. And then
Oh.
they cut up the one that they made for me.
Really?
That was amazing. Yeah.
That's
Cause
pretty
then because I don't know what that card's all linked to. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh, yeah.
cause then
That'd have
you
been a hassle.
start getting phone calls like you didn't pay this bill.
Yeah.
A lot of it's linked to our bank account, but not like the actual debit card. So
No, yeah, because there's still some places you link.
yeah.
your card to.
Okay.
Ah, that's
Okay.
pretty
So
good.
that's the first thing. Okay. The next thing that happens, none of our phones are working.
Yeah.
And so we're traveling. So I go to MapQuest and print off where we're going just in case. Do I know how to read it? Nope. I was like, okay, that's in Wichita Falls. I know how to get to Dallas. It's once I get to Dallas, I don't know like where to go from.
Yeah.
Because typically we go to certain spots. That I know.
Yeah.
This is a brand new location. It's an Airbnb. I don't know where we're going.
Yeah.
So I print it off and I'm reading it. I'm like, okay, that's Wichita Falls. Okay, that's outside of Decatur. And then after that, I was like, I don't know what that is. I don't know where that is. I don't know what that means. How embarrassing. I don't know how to
That's
read
funny.
a like MapQuest anymore.
So it's not uncommon, I guess. But our age, we should probably know how to read.
Okay, but to be fair, can I even do the maps when we're walking? No.
I know that for a fact.
You witnessed that.
So
I'm like, I don't know which direction I'm going.
yeah, Tessa would have been lost in Austin a couple of times. I'm sure you
couple
would have
times.
found your way
Listen,
back. But
once I see it, I can do it, but getting there sometimes a struggle for
yeah,
me.
once you're there the first time, you know how to get back.
Yes.
It's getting there the first time.
Yeah. But anyway,
So, okay, talking about maps, right? Do you remember the Rand McNally maps,
okay.
the Atlas maps?
The fold up maps,
Yes.
right? Yes.
So I remember those, like, growing up. My dad had one of those, like, in
Yes.
every vehicle that we had.
Yeah, you had to.
And, like, and then it got to the point where he wouldn't, like, use it anymore, but he was so good with directions.
Yeah, that's how James is.
And he still is, like, now. Like, we're going somewhere, and I went with him this last weekend. And he was, like, telling me the street numbers and the street names and all.
Yes.
And we're in Carlsbad. And I'm like,
Yep.
how do you even know this? He said, well, I just remember it, you know. But like that was the thing. Like,
It was.
There
I
was
remember.
no GPS on your
and
phone.
and it would take up like the whole passenger side, and you're like, I think we're supposed to be going on FM,
yeah,
whatever.
he's driving. My mom's and then I'm in the back seat, right? And I'm like, no, it's got to be right. So we made it work.
That is some of the biggest arguments James Matthew Stowe and I have ever had is a freaking
map.
map. So now do you see my PTS on it? I'm like, I don't know where to go.
Yeah. So a quick tech tip. If you go to Google Maps, you can download maps to Google Maps. You have to download the app on your phone. And then when you're offline or you don't have internet, your phone for that city is on your phone.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Because we had to use that in Philadelphia one time where our phone didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
And we were in the hotel. We downloaded the map on our phone. And I think this was Anastasia's idea. I think she's the one. Yeah. She said, let's download the map. And it came on our phone. So then when we walked out in Philadelphia, there was no service or we didn't have service.
Mm-hmm.
And we were able to walk the street.
And like you can just plug everything in normally.
Yes. But you have to download it like while you're on. So like before you leave. If you're
So like
home,
my phone's working now, so I could download it now.
Yeah. Because you're on Wi-Fi. So you
Okay.
download it. Right. And then when you get there, your phone will be it'll be downloaded to your Google Maps. It's got to be Google Maps. I don't think it does it on Apple Maps.
Listen,
but
I don't use Apple Maps. I use Google.
Yeah.
No, just kidding. I do use Apple Maps.
Yeah, you
with
do.
Apple CarPlay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So just download Google Maps and then
Okay.
you can do offline maps.
Very cool.
Pretty neat. Tech tip.
That's
a bonus
like
tech tip.
That's a bonus one. I like that. That's awesome. Yeah. So it's been a fun morning. Oh, and I got deodorant on my shirt. So that was the other thing.
Listen,
I never do that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's embarrassing. I'm like a 5-year-old getting stuff everywhere. At least I didn't get toothpaste. Anyway, it's been a morning, but that's okay because we're alive and it's a good day to have a good day.
Yeah, and it's a pod day.
Yeah.
I mean, we get to be in
I
here.
know. Thursdays are the best. So
Talking to all you guys.
yeah,
Great stuff.
very cool. All right. So let's move on to the new scoop. Adam.
The new scoop.
Ba-ba-bum.
You guys are going to be super excited.
Yep.
We've got some great news. You will not be getting new computers this year.
Yes.
And that's the teachers.
Yeah.
Admin staff, you've got yours probably, hopefully.
Yeah.
If you don't,
Or
you're
they're
getting it.
coming.
But we found out that you guys can keep it for another year, maybe possibly two.
Possibly two.
Yeah. So we're pushing for 2025.
Yeah. So
Hey, how about that?
So guess what that means? The principals will be the experts in all of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
If you have any questions, then ask your
them.
principal.
No, I'm just kidding.
They'll be pros.
You can ask us because we're okay. So as bad as I was dissing it, because you know how bad I'm like, I don't want this, but change is good.
Yeah.
You've got to adjust to change.
For sure.
I really enjoyed taking notes on it. I paid $7 for a whole year of good notes, and it connects with my is it Samsung? I don't even know what computer I have. The Samsung. But mine's touchscreen capability with the pen. And so I was able to take amazing notes all throughout TCEA.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ginormous. I'm not going to lie. It was about this
huge.
big, but it was really cool to be able to do that and have a digital notebook, if you will.
Yeah. Tessa's got the bigger screen than mine, so I'm a little...
Listen, I offered to give it to you and you did not. So
And it's also black instead
yeah.
of...
So that's on you,
gray.
bro. Like I offered it. I said you can have it. Like I literally just offered it in there because I guess there's some people that don't have them yet. And I was like, they can have mine. And Dana's like, Tessa, no. I was like, Dang it.
No, it looks really sharp.
Yeah.
I really like mine though. It's a neat machine. I don't know if this is the one that you guys would get, but they're really nice for note taking.
Yes.
That's really what they're for. It's like a tablet and a computer in one. Like
and it's super thin.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Lightweight.
Yeah. You're going to like them, but you get a whole other year, which I know tons of you are going to be very happy about.
Oh, it's a party in the classroom right now, probably.
Yeah. And the PLC is going to be all,
yeah.
But anyway.
So good news to you guys.
Yes. Good news. Okay. So let me start that over. For our Control S.
Ooh.
I did it. I'm
Yeah.
so proud. I'm going to talk about fonts. Okay. I don't know, because you're kind of graphic design person, so you probably really care about fonts.
Oh, for sure.
I am a huge font snob. Okay. Yeah. So back in the day, we used to download all of the fonts to the Apple font. You know what I mean? Like, I would pay money for fonts. I'm just going to be honest.
Yeah.
I didn't go search the free ones. I'd be like, I like all of these. I'm going to get them.
Yeah.
And I had hundreds and hundreds, because that's what we used to cut on like our Silhouette machines and Cricuts. And now it's all kind of embedded in.
Mm-hmm.
But when we started using Google, the fonts were lame. Like there was like 4 of them. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
I was like, this is so lame, because in PowerPoint you could choose whatever you wanted.
Yeah.
As long as in the font book you had it, right? Yeah. So some of you guys might not know this, but you can actually change your fonts and add more fonts in your Google products. Yes. So one way that you can do that is go to fonts.google.com, and you'll see a whole list of them. You can search like calligraphy or headline or whatever you want. Chunky, like Chunky's one that I always like. So you can search that and add it to your collection. Or there is an option if you keep scrolling down, like if I'm in Google Slides and I click the fonts, I can't remember if it's at the top or if it's at the bottom. It's one of those places you can click add fonts and you can find it that way as well. So you can switch out your fonts. You know, if you get tired of one, uncheck it and go find some other one. So
yeah,
that's a tip that I always like to tell people, because sometimes we don't know that you can change that.
Yeah, and make things look a little cleaner, a little nicer, and different.
Well,
like everybody's using the same one,
right? And so the creativity side is different, but you have a lot of kids with dyslexia now, and so they have really good fonts. Like I can never pronounce it right. Montserrat. I just butchered that so bad. Yeah, that is a very good dyslexic font. If you don't have that one already in there, there is one called Lexia. I believe that's what it's called, or Lexiand or something like that.
Yeah,
it starts with an L. It's very clean because do you know why those fonts are good for dyslexia?
I don't know.
Okay. So the reason they're good for dyslexia is because it goes all the way across in an even pattern. And so like sometimes they're real curly or whatever. That's hard for our kids to read. Yeah. And so if it's thinner and it's even all the way across, it's easier for our students to track it. And so those are fonts that I try to incorporate the Montserrat. I don't know how to say that one. In almost every graphic, because everybody who reads something, like the chances of them having some sort of like dyslexia is very high. Or as a parent at the end of the day, and I have 10 kids and I'm coming home to read all their newsletters, which one is going to be the easiest for me to read, you know? Yeah. So like, that's just,
no, I get it.
Most of that is standard, but if you don't have that, you can definitely download that. So yeah.
There's another one for you guys that are big into Adobe, like I am. Adobe also has free fonts if you have an account or a Creative Cloud account through Adobe. So I think it's the same URL except for it's at Adobe. So it's fonts.adobe.com.
Okay.
Cool.
I didn't know that.
If not, we'll link it in the description box on this video. But
awesome.
Yeah, and you can download to whatever. You can get them funny, creative. I think you can do modern, minimal. I think there's different, what they put categories in, and that's how they label them in Adobe.
Super
so
cool.
The cool thing about that is it downloads it to your machine. So it's not an actual web type of application like some would be. So this will download it to your computer, and you can use it with any software or program or Google products that you can. So,
do you have a favorite font?
I have one that I use a lot. It's called Gotham.
Okay.
And it's bold and kind of thicker, I think. And I like it because it just looks clean.
Right.
And I mean, I use a lot of caps in my designs and stuff that I do but that's my favorite.
Montserrat's
a good one.
It is. I'm telling you, so I took I'm not going to call it like a graphic design class, but it was definitely a creative class because y'all haven't seen it yet, but we create classes that are fixing to pop out for you guys. And so visual has always like interest me, like what's something that's going to grab people's attention, what's something that is easy to read. So anyway, I took a class from that, and that's one that they always suggest.
Yeah.
Because it's just clean.
Yeah, I like it. I use it a lot.
Yeah, and people can read it, and it's just easy. And in actual Google, they have probably like 8 different ways you could style it. Like there's super thin, moderate thin, normal, bold, extra bold. So there's a lot of options that you could do with it.
Yeah, I think they're called families, so it downloads the whole family of the font, so you can do the thin, underline, caps, whatever. It's really neat.
Yeah. So anyway,
you were talking about the chunky font. So fun fact, I use the chunky font for the scoreboard option on the streams.
Oh.
So when you see the number, the actual scoreboard, so like let's say Hereford scored 42 points. The 42 is actually in chunky.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Yeah.
So
isn't it crazy? Like I can almost identify fonts now.
Yeah.
So if I see something, I'm like, oh, that's chunky 5, or oh, hey, that's I don't know. I can't remember. I think there's one called like Roboto, and it's a little bit of a thicker one. Yeah. So anyway, kind of nerdy.
Oh man!
But listen, you don't have to pay. You don't have to pay for it anymore.
No.
Listen. Mr. Stowe has no idea how much I used to spend on fonts. I had a whole USB drive just of fonts, like hundreds of them.
Yeah.
And there's a girl. Her name was Kimberly. Last name starts with a G. I can't remember, but she would make a lot of free fonts and put them on TPT for teachers, and just be like, hey, just give me a shout out if you're selling your product or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'd be like. And she would release them like once a month or something. And I'd be like, download every single time.
Yep.
But anyway.
Of course, you still have your free websites.
Or like Dafont.
Dafont.com.
Yes.
All that. There's a ton of them in there. You got to be careful with some of those.
Yeah.
Because they attach some weird stuff to them.
Yep.
So
I have one from there called Watermelon, and it is my absolute favorite. It's kind of like a curly script. Yeah, like if you're cutting out vinyl or something, it looks really good, like girly and stuff like that. So
yeah, there's one similar to that one that's called October.
Oh,
on that one, and that one's neat. It's got the little scrolls and squigglies and stuff. Don't use it much, but
yeah,
it's something similar to.
Yeah, I don't see you using scrollies.
Nah.
You're very bold and kind of designer.
If you see my stuff, it's kind of, I don't know if it's grungy looking, but it's noisy. Like there's a lot of grain in some of the stuff, so that's kind of my style. But I don't know.
I like it.
It's what fits me.
Dude, who knew we could talk this long about fonts?
Yeah, you're speaking my language there.
So anyway,
fun stuff.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, so try it out and download some new ones. Or if you have favorite ones, let us know. We'd love to check it out. So
yeah, we're always looking for new stuff. So
perfect. All right, Adam, we're going to end our segment with what are you loving?
I am loving this nice weather.
Oh, so nice.
Right? So it's been warm. Haven't got to do much outside, but I've enjoyed not having to wear a jacket all day.
Yeah.
The mornings are still cool, so you might wear something light. But yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying it.
James and I have been walking like at 7:30 every night this past week, and there's no wind. It's been nice.
Last night was a little windy, or yesterday during the day. I guess
the daytime was super.
But man, I'll take the wind with some nice warm
Absolutely.
weather. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's what I'm loving.
Okay, this is what I'm loving, and it's going to be hard to talk about, but it's because I'm loving it. As parents, and you know this, you raise your kids, and you have the same faith belief that we do, to love the Lord with their whole heart and to love others. And when things happen that are out of your control, just to rely on him. And Tatum had to do that this week. And it was pretty hard. Their volleyball coach is leaving, which was very traumatic, just because we adore her. And she's the reason when Tay went to WT. I mean, we'll just be honest, like Kendra's the one who sold it for her. And so since Tay has been there, she has lost 4 coaches. Mind you, she's been there for 2 years and had 2 of her best friends move on.
Yeah.
And so she's had that conversation of breaking down, why is it that everybody I love, God's removing from my life? And so, she had a hard breakup probably about a year ago around this time, and she just chose to focus on her relationship with Christ. And she has just blown me away. Just with her maturity and not making any rash decisions. And like, he's kind of revealed things to her. Like, you know, we believe in prophetic words. And she got a word. She's like, I want a word for the new year. And they kept telling her, you're right where you need to be. You know, like, he's always going to take care of you. You're right where you need to be. And so she kind of was like, okay, like, I know WT is where, you know?
Yeah.
And then this happened, and he brought that to her attention again, and she went back and listened to it. And she's like, that's what he was talking about. Like, he already knew. Yeah. And then she sent me a text last night, in her Bible saying about change. She's like, I don't understand what this means, because it keeps saying that I'm supposed to be here, but change keeps coming up, and how I need to be strong in the change. I need to trust the change. So that was just another little, you know, and it's just cool to see your kids experience that, if you will. I don't know. At 20, I was not like, listen, I was a mess at 20, and just to see that strong faith, like, she's going to be okay, you know? Yeah. And anyway, so that is what I'm loving. Like, just little glimpses of the fruit, if you will, that you've poured into your children come to life. Yeah.
And then you get to see it.
Yeah. Anyway.
And it's something that it's not the first time she's going to go through it, you know? So,
and it's not the first time she's gone through hard things.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know. Anyway, that's what I'm loving.
That's great.
So yeah. That's probably not what you were expecting. You probably were going to be like the nice weather.
Yeah, that's me. I'm always yeah.
But anyway, so that's what I'm loving for this week. So
well, yeah, we wish all the best to those girls. They work hard and
they do.
And wish the best for Kendra. I mean,
yeah,
this is
what
a good
fun opportunity for her. Yeah, so. That's what I sent her a text, because she's not allowed to talk to anybody. Yeah. And so it was just me. I sent a text just saying, hey, we're always Team Potts. We're going to miss you like so much, but we're always cheering you on in your corner. And like, she can't talk to the girls for a certain amount of time, tough. Which that's hard because I don't know. So anyway.
Not by choice, but got to follow the rules, you know.
For sure.
But we do wish them all the best on both sides. I mean, go Buffs, right?
Go Buffs, always.
I'm sure they'll get somebody in there that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a chump program. You know what I mean? Like, it's highly ranked national. Like, they could go back again. Yeah. I bet MSU Denver is like, their time's coming, though. I can tell you that much.
Oh, but for sure.
Anyway.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So, also, you know what I'm really excited about for next week?
What are you excited?
The people coming to measure the room for furniture layouts. Yeah. So that'll be fun. Yeah. I've never been through that kind of process. No. So I'm excited to see what that looks like.
We get to have a lot of input in that. Mm-hmm. Well, actually, by we, I mean you.
No.
But
all of us. We'll all have that input. So
well, that'll be exciting.
We'll keep you posted on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll give you the rundown of how that went.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Also, keep an eye on our shorts on YouTube.
Yes.
We're going to start to create a little content
extra
that's on there, so share it.
It kind of went viral, Adam, and I was like, holy. The funniest thing was, like, I didn't even ask you if I could post this. Is this okay? I was like, well, it's out there. So here we go.
That was my bad. I posted it the day before, and then I texted her in the morning when it had already gone viral. Yep. I said, hey, just by the way, you're out there. We're out there.
I was like, yeah, I know. I'm way out there.
Got some comments in there. It's fun stuff. But yeah, check those out. We're going to be a little more involved in that.
Yeah, we're excited.
Just making fun
growing.
Content. Yeah.
Got to grow it. Start with your dream and then just see how you can keep growing it. Yeah. So
we're enjoying it. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it too. So.
All right.
What
else? All I got.
That's it.
That's it.
Another week down.
Another week down. Another one to go.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we, from the bottom of our hearts, I appreciate you guys joining us every week. And we hope you have a fabulous week. And we'll see y'all next time. Bye, guys.